Man, we were having such a good conversation before we hit record.
Isn't that such is the case of like setup and stuff?
It's like the balance of like pre-record, get to know you conversation so that we're prepped for the interview. But then what ends up happening is like that stuff is good. And then we're like, wait, shut up.
Yeah. Don't speak.
I don't want to know that yet, actually.
That's literally where I found myself for like 5 minutes before we pressed record today.
Yeah, we were just about to talk about something really crazy, and that's like, oh, let me hit the record button real quick.
Save it, save it.
Yeah. Well, without further, no, you go ahead. No, you say.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love you.
I appreciate that.
We're gonna jump into our intro.
Yeah, that was what man, you and I, we're right here. Welcome to Can You Change the Music, the creative safe space for encouragement and commiseration. We back.
Commiseration. I've got some more on that later.
Oh, yeah? We'll circle back.
Circle back.
I'm really excited for today's conversation. We both met our guest today 10 minutes ago.
10 literal minutes ago.
Yeah. So this is a cold conversation.
Yeah, I don't know these guys.
Yeah. But
she's here voluntarily, and that is important.
That is important.
Yes.
Yes. But I'm really fascinated. So I put an APB out on a Facebook group that we're both a part of, just talking about this podcast and that we wanted to interview other people that have different stories and the reasons that they started as a videographer, self-employed, like doing this thing, because we found everyone has a different reason and motivation. And you left a comment, and it stood out to me for a couple of reasons. But one of the biggest ones, honestly, is there's just not a lot of girls that do this.
No, there aren't.
So right off the bat, I'm sure I'm going to ask a lot of questions in this
That's okay.
vein. But what has been the most consistent challenge that you have experienced as a result of it being a mostly male-dominated industry?
Finding my identity and finding my role. When I come off to people, I seem very almost inauthentic, or I seem kind of manly, and I feel like people don't really perceive me how I'd like to be perceived.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like it's like you're still being who you are? Or do you feel like do you feel like a pull to change who you are to fit better in the space you're working?
It depends. I don't really know who I am, if I'm being honest. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Hey, man, that's real.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that. As it relates to your business, what was your pull then to like start a video business in this space where like it can feel so polarizing and you feel so lonely?
Yeah.
Because you're pretty young as well.
I appreciate
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19. That's crazy.
19.
The only thing I was doing at 19 was picking my nose.
Well, I'm sure a lot of your peers that are looking to do this are off at college.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're 19 doing this, then you, I'm guessing, established, I want to do this for a living, and I'm going to do it without, like, going to college for it.
Well, so, hold on. Repeat that question, because there's so much that I could say about this.
Right.
There's so
Let's
much.
go back to the original question.
Yeah, sorry.
Why at 19 years old did you, a female specifically, want to start a video agency in a male-dominated space where you're trying to figure out your identity?
So actually, from 4th grade, I was always into editing, and it just kind of spiraled into another thing. And it wasn't until junior year of high school, I saw this guy, he had posted like content creating stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, it just drew my eye. I was like, when women walk down the makeup aisle in Walmart, Sephora, it's like, ooh, shiny, and you have to like look at whatever there is to look at, and you don't really buy anything. Or how women look at like things in Marshalls, they pick it up, they look at it, ooh, this is nice, and they don't buy it. Like, yeah, let me just set it down. I was drawn to the fact that this guy had a camera and was making content. I was already into editing, so I was like, I need to get a camera myself. And without even thinking, I didn't really have much money. I just spent the $1,000, like $700 for the body, $700 for the lens, and I just bought it.
What camera was it?
Sony A600.
Let's
Sony,
go!
Y'all are going to have a bunch of conversation then.
A6400 with the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter lens.
Sick.
So,
Dang.
I'm a Sony guy.
Heck yeah, because Canon's like not good, right?
Canon's amazing. I just am a
Shoot.
these are Canon. We literally said,
Shot on Canon, guys.
30-minute record times. What?
Listen.
Which I think the 64 has. 6400.
might.
So you just bought a camera and you're like, all right, I'm just going to start creating. So
Yeah.
junior year of high school. So you're 17 years old?
Yeah, I was just messing around. I made my first video that I made that was like content creating was YouTube is dying, and I was trying to like do the hook and make it like appealing to the eye and do some sound effects. I was just messing around. I didn't really take it serious, so
Yeah.
yeah. That was with my phone though, and then the first video with my camera was not that great.
It never is.
I have
It's
that
okay.
archived.
Never is.
God bless you.
The first video I ever made was a music video with my friends. We started this band called the Holiday Boys.
I'm sorry.
No, it's as stupid as it sounds. We just tried to write like original music for like different holidays. And so that's literally all it was. And so we were like, we need to make music videos. And so we just had smartphones and no idea how to shoot a video. And the videos are not good. But I'm curious to hear if this was your experience too. Every time I saw the video and I knew it wasn't good, it compelled me to figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? When I see those old videos of mine, I'm like, I genuinely gag. I'm like, ooh, like I just can't look at it. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, that's sometimes still how I feel about my videos. So I get it.
It's terrible.
Part of the learning, growing process.
Yeah, 100%.
So there had to come a point where you were like, hey, I want to do this as my source of income. What was that process like?
So, I was in a relationship with this guy who also did the same thing as me. We
Okay.
both had the same goals, and I feel like I was trying to almost impress him by doing this. Now, obviously, I want to do this on my own, but it almost became like an idol.
What was kind of the separation or like the click for you where you're like, okay, I can do this. I can honor the Lord. I can still do what I want to do in this. And like talk me through that process. Cause I mean, I'm asking this question because you're 19, you're doing this full time. Like you went full send. What made you just make that decision to do it?
I feel like once I got out of that relationship, everything just started aligning.
Mm-hmm.
God started opening up doors. He just put things in my heart, and it just happened. I don't know how I got here. I just ended up here.
Yeah,
And things are just going good. And I'm like, God, what did I do to deserve this? Like,
nothing.
I'm a sinner. I do this, and that behind closed doors. And here I am just making money, doing something that I'm passionate about. And I'm living life. Like, I may
Yeah.
not have my own house yet, but I'm free in my own eyes.
Right. You're 19. You'll be all right.
Yeah, you've got time. You've got time.
So I want to like jump back into this idea of like doing this is lonely in general,
It is.
right? Like when I'm working, I feel so alone sometimes. And you have that added, like the completely different male dominated space. What do you do to kind of keep you centered in community and in your faith? Like what do you do to kind of get back to your, like what I would call true north, like when you're feeling those alone or whatever?
Yeah, it's easy to feel lonely, especially when you're on your computer editing at 12 at midnight. You're just kind of like doing this. And if you were to like record yourself doing that, it may look productive. But if you actually just play out the whole 3-hour long clip of you working on the video, it looks pretty lonely. Like
So
just a girl
That's
sitting in a
so
room
funny.
with the lights off and just staring at a computer screen. That looks like loser activity almost. It's not, but it
You know what's
looks
super funny
bummy.
is he has recorded himself doing that for his
yeah.
series.
And it's true. It
looks pretty
sad. Pretty sad. Yeah.
God, I gotta lock in, but oh, boo-hoo. Like
Yeah.
up at midnight by myself editing a video.
So what kind of client projects do you work on?
Right now, I'm working with Mr. Krim. He's part of the Joliet African American Historic Context Study, or ABBA, African American Business Association. There's so
Oh,
much.
that's so cool.
It's hard to say it all in one sentence. I'm
For sure.
surprised I didn't even stutter, but
Yeah, well done.
he's working on this interview to spread awareness on what it was like back then to be Black in the time where King was assassinated.
Oh, dang.
So yeah.
That's intense.
So inside of that, what is the like particular type of product? Like, are you showing up mostly as a camera operator on set helping someone else? Are you running shoots? Are you doing social media content? Like, what's the main type of thing?
So I feel like with videography, you switch on a whole bunch of hats. Like
Mhm.
how
Oh, yeah.
you're the audio guy, you're the producer, you're all
Yeah.
this and that. And that's the same thing with me. And when it comes to specific niches, I don't really know exactly. I just kind of go with the flow. Oh, someone wants me to do a wedding? Oh, yeah, sure. I like weddings. And I see them get married. I'm like, oh, good for you.
Yeah.
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 But right now, I want to focus on helping small businesses, specifically restaurants, cafes, because I just like food. And also, I want to
Heck
grow that
yeah.
community. I don't want
Yeah.
this to just be a job where I go show up and record. I want to actually interact with these people because
Yeah.
what's the point in working this job if I can't form an actual genuine community,
Heck
an
yeah.
authentic one built on trust?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We had a whole episode built around that. I feel like
we did.
Yeah.
We did.
You're like
it's almost
it's so
like
encouraging. This is really encouraging to me. Like
it's almost like all us video people struggle with the same things.
yeah, 100%. We get into like the nitty-gritty of the business because we want some
Yeah.
practical takeaway for people. So 19-year-olds, listen to this. How do you go about client acquisition? Like in a restaurant space, you're going up to a restaurateur and you want to provide this, like solving some problems for them, giving them some great content. Like, what is your pitch? What does that sound like?
What is my pitch?
Yeah.
/ just how do you
get
the
client
clients?
acquisition?
Yeah.
How do you get clients?
I figure out how I can help them and I word it in a way where I can sell it to them. I know that's not really too helpful.
that's-
I got to think about this, how I actually sell to these people. I know there's like a whole,
What's the biggest problem you see for a restaurant? Like, what's the biggest problem that you solve for them?
they don't know how to market their videos and reach more people. They think that making something fancy, making something look appealing will get the clients, but it's a matter of how you format the video to capture people's attention. Because when you're making content for yourself, you see the analytics, the people who scroll past the first 3 seconds. It's very important that you format a video to obtain that first 3 seconds.
100%.
To increase that watch time. So that's the goal. I don't really know how I do it. It just happens.
I mean, you're figuring out the hook, right?
Yeah.
Like, so when you're coming up with this, like positioning yourself as a strategic partner for a restaurant, what do you say, like, to convince them that they need that hook, that you can deliver on that for them? Do you have like case studies? Are you like giving them ideas on the front end that they could implement? Like, what does that look like for you?
The best way I can answer this question is I researched their page beforehand. I'm like,
100%.
I'm seeing that, these
oh, yeah.
people aren't getting that many views. And if I'm being honest, I'm a little bit cocky. Like, oh yeah, I could do better than that.
100%.
And
But
I basically,
that's why you if you think you can add value, if you don't think you can add value,
then just
Then what
don't
do you
go
do?
after
I
it.
don't think
Yeah.
that's cocky.
Yeah.
Just to say that, I don't think that's cocky.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I see that a page doesn't have that great material, I'm like, yeah, they need me.
100%.
So that's basically how I go about it. And most of the time, I can get them.
Do you just walk into the space and say, hey, can I speak to the owner? And like, hey, I think you could use this, what I do.
Some of the time, yeah. Sometimes I do cold DMing or cold emailing because I feel like spending a lot of gas to go to each place is a little bit inconvenient.
Yeah.
Maybe I may do a little cold call, which I'm kind of scared of sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
But
See
I
that-
just do it because you only live once and might as well, right?
What's interesting to me about you saying all of this is I feel like you just described something that was really natural and comfortable to you that a lot of people have the hardest time with.
Right.
Like, how do I get more clients? I'm sure they're out there, but I've posted stuff on my social media. I've reached out to the people I know, and I just feel like there's no work anywhere. I've experienced that. But it's interesting hearing how you talk about it because the vibe I got from you is, I mean, yeah, I find a person who needs it and I say, hey, I can do this.
That's basically
It's
it.
not that hard. That's fascinating to me because I don't think a lot of people in your position think that way. Have you experienced that?
Some of the time, but I feel like if I dwell on it, I'm like, oh, I can't find that many people. Then I'm just setting myself up for failure. I'm basically
100%.
manifesting that negative energy. So I'm like, okay, let me do it and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Like the worst they can say is no, and then you go find another one.
Basically, like
And-
just go about your day.
What do you think your close rate is? Like how out of let's say out of 100 people, maybe you've not talked to 100 people. Let's say out of 25 people that you've gone with this kind of research, check out their page, pitch, like what's your percentage of landing jobs?
I get a lot of rejections,
Yeah.
a lot of rejections. And you know what? Some of the time, these people just reach out to me and I'm like, okay, I didn't have to work
Love
for this.
that.
I somehow
Yeah.
just got this client. Thank
Yeah.
you, God. But I don't know how to explain it. It just happens.
Yeah.
Dude. Would you guess like 10% close rate, 15% close rate? You get a lot of
Probably
rejection.
around like the lower end, 10%. I really don't know.
Could you guess how many cold calls and DMs you've made?
Probably like 30 in the past month.
30 in the past month. And how many deals have you landed in the past month?
About 4.
Okay, yeah. So that's pretty just above 10%.
Yeah.
Which is the standard, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
That much rejection is usually hard for a person. Have you had to wrestle with, hits on your self-esteem or feeling like, how have you mentally navigated 90% of the people you reach out to either ignoring you or telling you no?
when people just straight up don't answer my email, there's times where I will, not most of the time, but sometimes will do a follow-up. By the first email, that's a greater likelihood of getting a yes, but by the second email or third, just assume you don't really have that deal.
Yeah.
So I don't really pursue that. I just pursue someone else because you have a greater likelihood.
But then how do you handle that from an emotional standpoint? Like, that's a lot of rejection. How do you navigate that? How do you what's your process of dealing with that rejection?
So I don't think I'm answering this question right, but let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Sure.
Back then, a year ago, I was supposed to close a deal with some gym owner guy. I don't really know his name. I forgot it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. He
But
ain't gonna listen.
We were supposed to do a monthly retainer type of thing where he pays me X amount of money per month, but he didn't want to pay me $2,000 a month. Mind you, I would be making 3 reels a week and I would be recording for him once a week. So that's a lot,
of
right?
time.
Dang.
I think that 2,000
is
is very reasonable, right?
That is,
Especially if you're doing a shoot every single week.
oh my
that's,
gosh.
Yeah, and this
that's
is
20% of your time.
a 40-minute drive
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, 100%. That is you undercharged.
And you know what this guy said as we were negotiating prices, because I was new to sales, I was new to the game of and we'll get into sales later. It's just such a nasty game.
Yeah.
And just from the way this guy was talking, I didn't really like him.
Yeah.
But he was like, you know what? I'm going to give you a price and you're going to like it. And I just let it slide. I was that insecure. I wasn't that stood up for myself. I just let it slide. And I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Listen.
$500 a month. Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
And you,
I have never
I didn't do it though.
oh, thank
I've
God.
never had anyone say that to me. And I don't know if it's because you're pretty young or because because I'm
I
a guy
hate
and
that.
I've just
Like,
never
I just-
experienced but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the part of this that you're growing into is like the advocating for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that. And even outside of business, I have a hard time with it. And I'm trying to get better at it for standing up for myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, as a Christian, maybe I shouldn't cuss him out and to stand up for myself, or maybe I shouldn't. I
don't
know
need to
there's
do that.
levels to it.
Right,
There's
right, right.
levels to it. But I'm just trying to find that middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
Can I just say something real quick? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go for it.
We know that this is my thing, to cut people off.
No, that's great.
Um,
Go ahead.
If you are listening to this and you're trying to figure out what to do with this conversation of advocacy for yourself, if you're listening to this and you're a female, and I just want you to know that advocating for yourself is so, so important, but also find people who will advocate for you.
Please. Yes.
From now on, I just need you to know that you have 2 people here who will help advocate for you to get what you need to get from your clients.
Honestly, straight up, that's what we want this
that
podcast
is
to be.
you are not alone, and your story has been so inspiring to me. Just as a dad of daughters, I want to see them be what God's asked you to be, and finding yourself. I feel very protective over that now, and I just think that like advocate for yourself, but lean into a community of people who are for you, who will help advocate for you and like give you that. Like, there's no reason what you are offering is about a $5,000 deal in my business structure.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that's just wild to me. That there's no excuse for that.
He could definitely afford it, but I feel like since I just came off as too nice, he took advantage of that. And
100%.
I also think with you talking about you're trying to learn to advocate for yourself better, what you're doing feels like the best place to learn how to do so. Like, I feel like you are better equipped than a lot of people in your place in life to do so, because like doing it in a business context where you're working for yourself, building your own business, it only works if you learn how to advocate for yourself,
100%.
right?
yeah,
And so you will like directly reap the consequences of not doing so. And so you kind of learn quickly. So I'm just saying, like, I think you're in a good place to learn.
yeah.
And I say that even hypocritically, like,
Oh
talking-
yeah, we're both terrible at that.
like I'm learning it, and it's tough because you're also like, oh, if I don't do this, I'm gonna lose this job and I'm gonna lose this income. And so there's the balance, right, of like, okay, I'm gonna advocate for myself, but I'm not gonna die on this hill. I'm gonna die on this hill. And so it's all fluid, and there's no shame in it. Like, if you're gonna take a job for less money than because you need the job or the experience or whatever, like, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is the way that man treated you is not okay and will never be okay.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm glad you didn't get that job. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Especially as a
And then
retainer.
the
Oh,
type of
yeah.
guy he was, I could just tell that if I were to work with him, he would have brought my name down. Oh, this Molly's Vision girl. Yeah, her videos aren't that great. And then I would probably take a hit on my business just because I worked with this guy and I was
Yeah,
desperate.
100%.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
So this is kind of a good jumping off place from that. What are some other hard lessons that you've had to learn running your own business?
Not everyone is there to support you. Not everyone has the good intention. There is this guy who I worked with, and I would produce hour-long interviews. I would edit those hour-long interviews, 10 interviews at a time, and I haven't got paid. He said he was going to pay me soon, and my mistake was not writing a contract with this guy.
Did you give him the deliverables yet?
Yes.
Oh.
He paid me for the first 2 payments, but the third payment, because there was some sort of altercation,
Yeah.
it was just soon or no response, and I had to get other people involved. So
Silver linings, at least in my experience, these mistakes are ones that you kind of learn to make once because you learn what
Only.
sucked, and then you're like, all right, I now know I need to do a contract.
yeah, never
Yeah.
again.
I won't give
Yeah.
deliverables unless I'm paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
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 Scarred for life.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
sucks,
Oh,
man.
I'm
yeah.
not even joking. Like with my friend who I've been working with, I trust him, but I'm like, you know what? A contract won't hurt.
Right.
100%.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I have been really bad at that before too. And so then since I've learned some, been burned sometimes, I was talking with a friend of mine that was just getting into doing some video projects, and he was doing it on the side for some friends. And I would ask him questions like, have you communicated to them that you need to get the money before you give the final files over? He's like, there's one round of revisions and any additional ones will cost this much, or things like that to create structure, to protect yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like in my retainer contracts, I've had so many people dip out halfway through, like in the beginning of starting retainers, that I put like, because if I'm doing a retainer, like the per video cost is heavily discounted because there's consistency.
Yeah.
But then I would have clients like do 2 months of a retainer and then bounce.
Yeah.
And so I started putting in, if you exit this contract, you owe 50% of the remaining balance if we're doing like a 12-month contract.
Yeah.
Like, so you learn to do those things.
Yeah. We have to take a quick break, but we will come
Solid.
back, and then we're going to jump into some tactical things.
Did I add in one more thing?
You can after the break.
Oh, okay.
What's your camera now? Is it still the 64?
It still is.
Hey,
I don't
man,
want
that's
to.
a
I don't
good
want to keep
camera.
it.
I got an FX3. They are nice.
Okay.
Want that so bad. But like, I'm shooting for a wedding, and I don't think I should like lug a whole ugly thing around with me, and then the photographer, and then it's gonna be in the background. I don't think I would want to do that.
I do it. I always
It's
bring my lights to a wedding.
it's a really hard balance. Like, what do you bring to a wedding, and what do you?
Yeah,
Because the more stuff you bring, the better the image can look. But then it's going to be a lot more work, and then stuff can be end up in the
It's
shot.
so annoying. But I do it because
Yeah.
I'm weird.
Yeah.
How do you bring stuff like that?
I don't
big?
bring the softbox, but actually I have these same lights. And I will bring at least 2 lights, especially like if the ceremony is dark. I'll put a light on the bride and groom from the back, and I'll spotlight them, and then I'll throw up another light, bounce off the ceiling.
Oh,
And then for the dances, I will cross light.
that's awesome.
So, and I just put them high enough that it won't bother the photographer. And 90% of the time, photographers are thankful that I have studio lights because it makes their job a little easier. Like if they forgot a flash or something. So
That's true.
I've never had a problem with it. If you have a tall enough stand, like they're actually
Yeah.
most of the time really grateful.
I only have one continuous and then 2 tube lights. I don't know if that's good. An indoor.
Are they just battery?
The tube light is wireless battery. Yeah, it lasts pretty long. Probably, I would say only an hour and a half or 2,
Yeah.
which is good enough for the ceremony.
I would use the tube lights, throw them on the ground and aim them across from each other, and it just creates a cool effect.
Like just
Just standing up,
aimed
aimed
standing
at
up.
the subject,
I see what you mean.
or put them on a stand. And yeah, I mean, I just think, especially if you shoot in log footage, you need to be lit.
With my nasty, ugly, crusty, dusty A6400, I don't think that'll happen.
HLG is good enough.
I don't know. No.
I mean,
Don't take my advice on it. I'm still not proud of most of my projects yet.
listen. If you're good at color grading, you could probably work with
100%.
most of the stuff.
I just hope for the best, if I'm being honest, when it comes to color grading.
That's
I'm
valid.
Like, okay.
What do you use to edit?
After Effects, CapCut, and I'm trying to learn DaVinci. I'm trying. I don't know if I want to.
Do you
But I'm gonna have
edit
to.
videos in Premiere, or do you just use CapCut?
I could use Premiere if I wanted to, but I use CapCut for the most part. And then for the simple cutting, and then I put it in After Effects for like the fancy stuff.
Well, because
That's
CapCut has
crazy.
a desktop platform now
Yeah.
too.
And it's fast.
Is it?
It's fast.
is.
It's simple.
I have tried it.
Really?
Like, I took a social media VFX course,
Yeah.
and he suggested using CapCut. And so like when I do, like, their masking technology is a little bit more robust and faster for what it is, like for social media stuff.
Yeah.
So I use it for that.
Yeah. I got into DaVinci myself like a year ago.
Same.
So,
I like it so much better.
but it took a really sucky bunch of months to get to the point where I'm like, oh yeah.
And then I just asked him all the questions.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because,
that's true.
I'm at that point where I have a decent bit of clients.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could fiddle around with learning this software and then give them something like kind of crappy.
Well,
It'll take more time.
It depends on the scope of what you're doing.
You
know
get
what
the
I mean?
free version and practice on it with stuff that's not client work. That's what I
yeah.
Or stuff that's easy. Like if you
Yeah,
if what you're doing is just like camera cutting for a thing or something,
do. 100%.
and you don't know how to create a multicam, I got you.
DaVinci is super nice.
It is.
Anyways,
It is.
there's one thing that you wanted to bring up before we cut to break. Let's jump back into that topic.
On break you said something like
Since I'm 19, I feel like I
yeah,
feel like
you said
all
like
this
adulting's
contract stuff, this
been-
adulting stuff is just coming at me.
yeah. Talk about that.
Oh, is it recording?
Yeah,
we've
live.
been
We've-
this is all podcast stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're keeping.
We're
all
down.
this.
But yeah, adulting.
With making contracts at my ripe age of 19, I'm like, where did my childhood go? I should be like, I should be in college, partying it up. I don't obviously want to go to college, but
Yeah.
think about the average 19-year-old that's in college. They're not making contracts. I mean, I know it's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing to be making contracts in the first place, to be having a job where I'm making money off of something I'm passionate about. But oh my gosh, the LLC, the taxes, the IRS, and all of this other stuff, it's a little bit stressful.
It's a
For
lot,
sure.
and I'm sure it feels like extra real. My first business, my recording studio. I was 22, and that I felt like I'm still a child. Like, I
was
have no
in-
business signing a lease on a
Yeah,
property.
100%. I was in ministry from the time I was 19. So I started ministry at 19,
Yeah,
and I switched to doing video production at 35 or 36. So
Yeah.
it's like it's an interesting like hearing your perspective on it. What do you think was, like we talk about challenges a lot, what do you think was the most challenging part of just the adulting process in your business?
I would say there's really no going back. I don't know if that's necessarily a challenge. It actually pushes me to
100%.
go even more into it, to actually put in my 1,000% into it every single day, because there really is no going back.
When I started working for myself, similar, like, okay, there's this is what I want to do. Like, I kind of feels like I cheated the system a little bit. Like, you know, you're supposed to go get a 9 to 5 and you're supposed to do the things and this is the path that you're supposed to go. And I was like, what if I didn't? And just the idea that I could build a life that I wanted was so compelling that it was the reason, like, that I started all of this. Is that your experience as well?
It kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I was trying to impress that guy that I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
But after that separation, I was like, okay, that idea, I just want to full send and do it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Do you have like a goal of where you know, I want to get to the point where I'm bringing in this much per year or something like that?
I just like what I do, and I hope I could just make a living. That's all I want. I want to get an apartment. I want to get out of my mom's place. The goal is to move out of my mom's house. How about that? Yeah,
Love that.
That's the goal.
Love that. Love that. Well, and
You know what's funny is I would love to live with my mom right now. I miss her. She lives in California.
so something that this may not be a thing that you've wrestled with. I have, and it sounds like maybe it's similar. I've spent a lot of time thinking about my business based on like the bills I have for this month, and it's like, okay, my life costs this much, and I have to make at least this much, and I can continue my life, right? And I've been recently working with like a financial coach, and he's getting on my business mentality stuff, and he's telling me like, okay, you should be reversing that process to be thinking about what the business should make in a quarter, in a year, to be healthy, and what you can consistently pay yourself as like an employee of your business as a result.
A realistic financial goal that I have in mind. It's nothing that I'm like looking at my little note and saying, oh, am I making this much? But my car payment, I need to make that every month.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, I'd like to have at least just 500 in savings put aside each month.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
That's
low
solid.
maintenance. I don't really spend much money. If anything, like I got to stop eating out and in Starbucks and whatever coffee shops there are. I got to cut that out.
Well,
But
I will say the fact that you are able to start this so early, where you can manage some of your life costs, right? You're still living with parents, and you're still like, there's things like that you don't have to do right now. Really lean into that.
100%.
Because I started this business just over a year ago, shortly after I got married, and my wife can't work a job because she's got some health conditions. And so the reason I started my business was because my life got so expensive that I couldn't pay for it at my job. And it's been hard. And so I wish I could have been like, I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to clear this out. And so lean into that, because I think it's going to serve you really
I'm
well.
definitely lucky to even have a parent that's able to afford a house, that's able to position me well, even though she's a little annoying. I'm very lucky.
Family, you know?
I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
So what inspires you?
When I see someone else's work, that inspires me to make something just as cool, or try to make it look as cool.
Yeah. What's one of the projects you've done that you were most proud of? Tell me about it.
The one that I've done recently is for a restaurant, cafe. It's called Critical Grind. And I actually reached out to them. I was like, hey, I can make a video for you. And I made it, and it looked pretty okay.
Yeah.
That's all I
Pretty
gotta say.
okay. Girl, brag on yourself a second. If you're proud of it, be proud of it.
Yeah.
I am proud of it, yeah.
Yeah. So it probably looked dope as heck.
So did you direct the shoot too? Like kind of instructing people on what you wanted to capture and what you wanted them to do? Like how did that go?
So I kind of go against my own advice. I made a whole video about how little Timmy doesn't plan out his video shoots beforehand. I didn't plan any of that. I was just like, I was just running and gunning it. I don't know. Is that what you call it? Where you just kind of run around and just
Run and
do
gun.
whatever? Yeah.
The wedding videographer and you's just coming out when you're with clients. That's
You're
what
like,
I
I'm
think.
just going to capture what's there.
Yeah.
Hey, you just do you.
Yeah.
I'm a be
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And plus, they were pretty busy. there was only so many coworkers. I don't think we had the flexibility for me to pull someone aside and direct them. No, you have to set the cup down like this, not like this, but like this.
Yeah,
Like,
soft and smooth.
It's
Yeah.
hard being like doing everything yourself.
it is.
What would you categorize like your style? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Or are you still finding it?
are you
I
still
am
finding
still finding it because I don't even know it myself. Now, I feel like your style kind of reflects who you are, right? If you're making something hype, that's kind of your style. And even with clothing style,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find myself with that. I don't know what my clothing style is. I once was a tomboy, and then all of a sudden I'm some traditional type of person, and then now I don't know. I just threw on some jeans and a shirt,
You're right.
and here I am.
Black
Can I
production.
can I have a hot take on that though? So this is my hot take.
Yeah.
When it comes to videography,
I disagree. Sorry.
I feel like there's such a high expectation put on you figuring out your signature or your style. And my methodology has always been like, if I do my job well, you don't see me in the video.
I love that take, dude. That's sick.
Wait, repeat that?
So my first business, I produced music for people, and it
Yeah.
was oftentimes people that had never really been. They were a musician, like they played guitar, but they'd never thought about a full song, and so they didn't know what their sound was. And so we would spend a lot of time sitting together, listening to music that they liked, and then I would play with an instrument and look over and see. Did they seem excited about it? Did they seem underwhelmed by it? And so I helped them create their sound. And my whole thought process was, if I do my job well, you don't hear me in it, you hear them in it. It's not, oh, this is a track that Jeremiah made. It
Right.
was, oh, this song sounds like this person. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So essentially what you're saying is you want to be open to the prospective client's needs, problems
Yeah.
that they're solving,
Yeah.
and you want to be able to make content that supports those things, even if it's different than what you would classically like yourself.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. If you have found a thing that's like your style and it works and you apply it to your clients and it works, I'm not knocking that.
Yeah, 100%.
But I feel like there's a message being told to people that don't have their style, quote unquote, like locked in, that you need to figure it out, and I just don't think you really do.
No, I don't either. Some of the reason why I even ask that question in general is just to like get a sense of like what it is that you like. But from a business standpoint, it's so true. Like I always thought that everything needed to be like Daniel Schiffer, like for restaurants and stuff. You know who that is? He's like a
No,
YouTuber.
I'm sorry.
Okay, totally fine. I'm dating myself. But like when I first started in 2020 learning how to like make content, because I was a youth pastor, I had to make video content for my youth group. That's how I kind of got into it. I was like, oh, I really like this. Like people, I was self-taught, and the guy who was kind of coaching me, he would like send me Daniel Schiffer videos and Peter McKinnon videos, and like here, like these guys will teach you how to do this, you know, like, and it'll be kind of a whatever.
Yeah.
And so I always thought like just like those fast swoosh cut edits, the sound effects like that, like it was like really quick and it was super dope. And I was like, I want this to be my style. And I tried so hard to edit in that like Daniel Schiffer style, and I just was not good at it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that just isn't. I wasn't talented enough. It's like my taste is way more superior than my actual skill level. So the only reason I ask was like, for me, knowing that I eventually want to work on my craft to be able to do like social media stuff that's quick cuts, fast edits. I'm still trying to learn how to do some of that stuff, but I generally am a slower paced storytelling, like figure out the narrative kind of guy. And one of the things that I do the most is figure out the problems that are actually existing in a business. And once I figure out the problem, then I can say, well, of this kind of video will solve that problem. So if somebody, for example, is doing like I post all these videos and their content's really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, but we haven't closed any sales. And I'm like looking at their video, and they're not like, all of their videos are just like, hey, we're right here. I'm like, everybody knows we're right here. You got 20,000 followers on your page and no one's buying anything. You don't have a strong call to action. You don't have the proper scripting. and so we tailor then their next couple of videos to support their organic content, and now they're getting sales. So I have a client specifically that runs a gym. She's a Christian gym owner, and she's pretty well known in the community that she's in. But her new client acquisition was stalling out. And so we posted a couple of videos, and she was specifically targeting in each thing, like for one of her trainers. And so we put it out there. If this is you, if this is the thing you're struggling with, we have a trainer who specializes in helping you get from point A to point B in this area. And she like closed 10 clients in like 40 days or something like
That's
that.
awesome.
So like to your point, the style really wasn't important. I learned to solve the problem.
Yeah.
I just think don't stress about it.
Of course, yeah. And I feel like with being self-taught, I have that flexibility where I don't have to stick to the textbook ways. I can just do whatever.
Yeah.
you know?
So we're getting to the end. There's a couple questions I wanted to ask you. Do you have any goals for the rest of the year for your business?
For my business, I just want to make some friends, grow in community. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Like, yes, I want to make money, but I want to make money with the right people.
That's right.
I don't want to make
This entire
bad
conversation,
connections.
I've been trying to figure out ways that I could hire you into something that I'm doing. So
Yeah, but you live like an hour and a half the opposite direction.
yeah, I live in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah, he's way out there. The other question I wanted to ask is if there was somebody who is 17, 18, who's listening, who's had a similar starting point to you. They started creating stuff, editing videos or shooting things, and they were like, I really love this. I'd love to do this as my job. What would you say to encourage them?
See how you said, I really love this? You have to focus on the good part of it, what you like. I love this. Instead of focusing on, oh, I don't have 10 clients like so-and-so, and you're comparing yourself to all these 20-year-olds who have a big apartment don't do that. Just focus on the good, and everything will just align. And do it for the love of the game. Like, don't do it because you want to make it out the rat race. And no, you're just going to dig yourself a hole of depression and anxiety and all this and that.
You heard it here.
Especially, I live by this, where your treasures are is where your heart is.
Yeah.
So don't make this your identity. This is only just a part of you. And I'm struggling with that. My identity. I confuse my identity with how good I am at videography or how good I am at making a video and editing it.
Yeah.
Just focus on the good.
That's good.
That's all I could say.
That's so good.
I love that.
I love it.
I love that.
Man, I got to say, Molly, I'm super impressed by you. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, I want my girls to watch this episode and like just see like, I just appreciate your wisdom. I can definitely see, before the episode started, I have 3 daughters, and so I'm like, oh man, she looks like my 16-year-old daughter. And she was saying that most people think that she carries herself much older. I can totally see that. I can totally see why. I think you have a lot of wisdom packed in your 19 years of experience. Lean into that. Like I think that God's blessing you, and you're gonna go far, man. I really believe that. So.
I appreciate it. I didn't really think I had wisdom, honestly. I'm like, oh, I'm 19 years old. What do I know? People were probably, even coming on this podcast, I was kind of thinking, oh, these 40-year-olds are probably going to think, oh, she's 19. What does she know? I'm like, maybe I could probably help someone. Who knows?
Hopefully. Yeah.
I might know a thing or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of wisdom packed in there. What about you?
Yeah. I think I was also somebody that routinely people thought I was older than I was because of, the way I carried myself. And I think I sometimes felt like, I don't know, I just want you to know, like, it's okay to recognize that you do have that going for you. There's wisdom and things you care about, and hold it in tension with humility, and
For sure.
you also don't know as much as you think you do, and both are true. But I don't know, just own it.
For sure.
It's one of the things that lets you do what you're doing. So keep doing it.
Yeah. I legitimately, I think I said it a couple minutes ago, but I would look at you as like a role model to my girls, like what could be accomplished at such a young age, and like doing what you feel God's leading you to, walking through the doors that He's opening. So I'm definitely showing them this episode. I'm super grateful for you being on.
Yeah. Thank you all for your time, as always. We will link all of the things for Molly in the description, so you can check out her stuff, connect with her, and thank you all.
Dope. Thanks, Molly.
Yep, no problem.